What's up, YouTube and the world? It's Anthony at home, recovering from his neglecting his body and signs. Yeah, you don't want to do that. So, I have my shop being ran by my girlfriend, and she's not very experienced in auto repair because the office manager really doesn't give a shit about her job, and that's the truth. So anyway, I went in there this morning just to make sure production's going well and everything's the way that I expect it to be, and of course it wasn't. So I had to carry on. But that's the part of being a boss and running a crew like that. So um, a woman brought her car in for no power steering. I diagnosed it as the pump was leaking, the rack and pinion was leaking, the oil drain plug was leaking, and the rear brakes were low. So April went to discuss the customer with the diagnostics of what her issues were, and then mentioned, that the oil drain plug was leaking and the rear brakes were low. And she said, "I didn't ask you to look at my brakes." Well, let me stop you there, Mr. Customer, on the other side of the phone or the other side of the counter. When a shop, a reputable shop at that, and well known, makes a recommendation to you that, hey, this is the things that we see wrong with your car. And keep in mind, I didn't comb her entire vehicle. This was a visual inspection of what's going on, because we have to look under the hood and then put it up in the air and look underneath and find out where the power steering fluid's going, because it's a hydraulic power steering system. And attached to that is the rack and pinion, so we need to shake the front end down and see what's going on. Well, close to that is the engine oil pan, which is engine oil dripping out the drain plug, which isn't good. And mind you, it has a Honda oil filter under there, so good job, Honda dealership. Or the last person who changed the oil never changed the filter. I mean, there's so many variables when you have drifting oil change customers for whoever has the best deal or whoever can get them in. And third is that the rear brakes are low. So take this as an example. She doesn't know that she has a brake problem. She obviously is not aware that she's leaking oil, but she is aware that there is no power steering. Great. Now your service advisor tells you what's going on, and then you catch an attitude. Well, look at it this way. Say you fix your power steering, and we do the wheel alignment, and your brakes weren't grinding when you brought them in because there's just enough material or it's stuck in the position where they're not making any noise. But you drive your car for a day or a few hours or leave the shop and they start grinding, or your brake pedal goes to the floor. Well, guess what? We effing told you so. So stop being so rude and listen and understand why we're telling you this, because it could be a problem when we don't need to hear you complain after we service your car and say, well, my brakes weren't grinding before you worked on it. Well, we told you there was a problem. Now they're grinding, so you choose on what you want to do. Fix them here, fix them wherever you car stops, wherever your brake pedal blows out. But you don't have to be such an asshole and say, you can just be nice and say, or just be cordial and say, I'm really not there for that, but thank you for letting me know that there's a potential problem brewing. Pretty simple.